welcome to Joy 2020 TV in our series, Footsteps of Osei Yeboah. As you can see, I have in my hand the next president of Ghana, a collection of speeches and press release by Osei Yeboah, independent candidate for the 2012 and 2016 election. Interestingly, he made mention of something very important in 2010. And recently on his speech, the second motion of Ghana's destiny, he repeated the same thing, which is Ghana is so much favored to have our two former presidents, Rawlings and J.A, whose collective strengths and weaknesses impart to ascendancy onto leadership in their peculiar dispensations, hold the key to unlock the 21st century leadership in Africa. What does he see that we don't see? Because a lot of people believe that these two are enemies. So let's have a word with the man. Good morning. Welcome to Joy 2020.
Thank you very much.
I've been wondering, in 2010, you made mention of something very important. You repeated the same thing somewhere in last week, that J.J. Rawlings and President Kuffiour are the best of friends and that they've helped develop our democracy. In my opinion, and the opinion of the majority, we believe that these two are not as, I would say, equal as we believe in the Atenkan camp. Why do you hold a different perception?
Thank you very much, son of man. How are you?
I'm fine.
What it is that you see, just as we have male and female, and that they give birth to. So always you need a character that complements yours in order to foster and bring forth something that will become beneficial. The learning theory, they call it thesis and antithesis. Then you have what we call synthesis. And so you could see that Dr. J.B. Dankwa and Nkrumah, they said that though Akonje invited Nkrumah, when he came, he met Dr. J.B. Dankwa. They were best of friends. Then we call them the Big Six. But politically, they started towing different paths. And they created so much polarization and enemy among their followers. And that actually destroyed the First Republic. The same repercussion had effect on the Second Republic, the Third, and then we are now the Fourth. J.J. Rawlings and Kuffiour, they are one.
That's interesting.
They are one. We should never see them as enemies.
Really?
They are the great political architects that have nurtured the Fourth Republic up to this time. And so what Nkrumah and J.B. Dankwa failed, and by inference, the Big Six, to me, they failed the nation. Papa J and Papa Kuffiour, they've done that behind the scenes. They've provided the thesis and antithesis, and that is why Kuffiour's character was seen as more or less a complementary or opposite that of Rawlings. They were doing that in order to make sure that the society will coexist. Those who will love the character of Kuffiour, those who will love, and so it brings out this kind of dissension, not what we call unison. But uniformity. And so you could see, let's look at 2012, when there was so much temperature to the extent that the nation was going to be on fire. That was when I also showed up. And at KNUST, you saw what I said. But what happened at KNUST? That day I had wanted to say it, but let me take this opportunity to say it. That you saw Otufo. On his right-hand side was President Kuffiour, and then the left-hand side was President Rawlings. I nearly said it, but I say this one, see. Because you see, political sasabrosam and political atai sandwich our king.
In quotes.
In quotes.
Let's put it that
You
way.
see, and so it could have been a serious case.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at that, they came together to advise us. As at that time, those of us who said that we are not Atai, we are not Satabrosam. So we had a situation where political Atai and Satabrosam came to advise us, those of us who said that we have risen, that don't come and destroy Ghana for us, that we built. And we saw the kind of peace that we've enjoyed up to this point.
That's 2018.
Up to 2018. So they've nurtured the Fourth Republic, and that is something that JB Dankwa and Nkrumah should have done. Look at the kind of mutual respect that President Kuffiour always tried to give to former President Rawlings in order to bring peace. When you go, and you just look at it, in public life, Rawlings will be sitting like this. Whilst Nana Kunadu is here and Kuffiour is here, the Kuffiour will be talking to Nana Kunadu, they'll be chatting. And you see, he's a great political actor. Who
you
was
think
holding.
you think
They
two
are
of them
best
are
of friends behind the scenes. Don't you know that Rawlings employed Kuffiour?
Oh, okay.
Maybe I don't know your age.
Maybe I was not
Before we
born
get
by
to
then.
1992, Rawlings employed Kuffiour.
Okay.
And so it was there that agreement came. Said,
Okay.
no, you have a good heart, you are gentle, and so if you go to the other side, it will help. You see, unlike Professor Dubois. You saw Professor Dubois, what he said.
Yeah.
So Professor Dubois was putting up a character just like Kuffiour. And it would have brought fire in the nation. And that is why, as soon as Rawlings saw my best friend Kuffiour, he said that I can hand over. And that is why he handed over peacefully.
So in your opinion, these two have
These
developed
two,
this
they
nation.
have developed the Fourth Republic. And now when you go, these two agree to the fact that where it's gotten to, the political parties cannot help Ghana. So we need a party of national unity, the one that I started advocating since 2012.
Yeah.
And so in 2020, that is where
Independent system
the independent presidential system is going to win this election. To bring Ghana so that all the negativities from these political parties, they now know that they are indeed the true neo-colonialists. You know, President Kuffiour said that his cabinet meeting, out of the 21 or so that he had as at that time, 90 voted against something that he knew was good. It was also believed that former President Rawlings does not believe in democracy. It's not that. They know that.
But he even gave birth to it in 1992.
Yes, 92.
Yeah.
And they know that as for the political parties, this is where the political parties will lead us. And so they know that at this point in time, they need an intervention of an independent presidential system to calm all the negativities that these political parties have brought, so that out of that, Africa will be able to carve out its own democracy and have its own democratic structure, which is not the multi-partisan politics, which is always polarized.
That we are currently practicing, making all sort of noise. The Vuvuzela noise.
They all know it's the Vuvuzela, and they all know that is the root cause of corruption. Look at Blay. And now that the Western Regional Chairman not denying and say that, oh, it wasn't 3,000 but 1,005.
It's a whole lot of.
And so you see that the political parties, they are the root cause of all corruption and all of that. And they cannot stop. You see, but nobody is begging anyone that, oh, Joy or Nanato or Mahama, you are handsome, you are intelligent, come and become president. So we are begging you, come and become president. And so they say that, oh, because you want me to come to become president, I'm going to borrow. I won't tell you. But when I become president, then I can take what I've borrowed. I mean, this
that is wrong.
That is totally wrong. And so the political parties, we know they are the root cause of lawlessness. Just as Charlotte told them in the face, that you don't even follow the Constitution, Article 55, and then the political parties law at 574. You don't follow it. And so if I want to disqualify, I have to disqualify all the political parties. And they were not happy up to this time. And so I'm pretty sure that where we are going, now that we know that the big two, I always have the big two.
So no more big six.
No more the big six. The big six failed us, but the big two.
Jerry Rawlings and President Kuffiour.
I call them, I always dove my hats off for them, how they brought this
Before
nation.
we end proceedings, last week, you had a massive press briefing where the media came in their numbers. It was massive. Why did they come like that? Why were they so much interested in Joy this time as compared to 2012? Why was the media so much into Joy this time?
You see, most of them have read about my book.
Mm-hmm.
They know what I said. But as at that time, they didn't believe because of the political acting nature of Nanado,
Mm.
who assumes a character of integrity.
Mm.
Okay, and he could say, I'm incorruptible. It's true. But then, you may not be corrupt, but you are leading a corrupt system, okay, through the political parties.
Mm.
And we have what we call the trinity
Which
of
is
of systemic corruption.
okay.
Okay, the first one is the corruption. You see acts of corruption being. The second one is incompetence or incompetency, and then the third one is wickedness.
Mm.
The moment you see this trinity at work in every society, then you should understand that that society is endemically corrupt. And this is what we are experiencing. And so Nana can say that I'm not corrupt, but everything around
But the
you,
system
the system,
will say
what the
otherwise.
party that you just went and then spoke about and things like that. Even now that Ghana is a de facto one-party state, whereby we have these fathers of the Fourth Republic, they all endorse Nanado.
Mm.
What
Mm.
else again?
Mm.
Look at the background architects like Chikata and all those that Nanado thanked when he won. You could see that Ghana is a de facto one-party state.
Not the multi.
It's not a multi, it's a de facto. I mean, those are the. Let me tell you, that is the fact.
Okay.
It's a long time distance. You know, I don't think that even Rawlings believe in NDC.
Really?
Oh, wait. I mean,
He
I
gave
don't
birth to
even.
NDC in
He gave birth
1992.
to it. This is what I call the thesis. Because I think all of them, all what they wanted was that the CPP will go kaput. Now the CPP
And they
is more.
succeeded in doing that.
The CPP is just like a cockroach that is lying at its back. It will continue to wobble its leg until it dies.
Mm.
And that is how the CPP is dying softly.
Mm.
And so this is what has actually happened. The media, they've realized all the things that I've said, and they know that it's coming to pass. And they wanted to hear about what this second
Someone will say the gospel
motion,
according to Job.
yes, the second motion of destiny. What does it stand for? After 65 years that Nkrumah delivered it. And they got shocked when I told them that, hey, the real neo-colonialists or the neo-colonialism is no other people, it's not the Western, but our own political parties and our own kind. They want to rule us
Mm.
with fear and absurdity.
Mm.
They don't want us to have our freedom that the Nkrumah even fought for. So they got shocked and opened their eyes. Now they are looking at MPP and NDC with eagle eyes. And so that is why they started talking about it left and right, left and right. And you yourself, you
Of
know
course,
that
of
is the
course.
truth.
Yeah.
That is the truth.
Yes.
Truth must be told. So, and that is why in this same thing, I actually brought up the fact that Papa J and Papa Kuffiour,
Yeah.
they are the best of friends. They are the best of
That is
friends.
an interesting theory.
That's
Very, very beautiful theory.
decided
Mm.
for the sake of Ghana, they need to act politically. You see, that is why we call them political actors. It's just like
To
a
make
Jacko,
Ghana a safer
a
place
safer
for us.
place,
Okay.
an oasis of peace,
Okay.
an oasis
Anyway,
of
it seems we
knowledge.
have even exceeded our time. But recently, you sang a song, which is trending in social media. And for the viewer there, just give us a teaser of it.
I remember that. When I say I said it was one of these ladies Abaye who called,
Okay.
and then somebody picked it up, and then I heard it.
Okay.
There's 2020 we go show
You shoot to the camera for
Nana.
me.
Say 2020 we go show Nana. You know, and then when some NDC people heard that I said no. Joy is not if Mahama is coming, say we go show Mana, which means Mahama and Nana. So 2020, we go so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
for having me.
And thank you for watching
Thank
Joy
you.
Truly Positive.
Thank you.